we go. All right, so setting the mood here. I'll probably take this, chop it up a little bit. All right, so hi. As we all get ready to do our vision boards and scripting and all that wonderful stuff for the new year, I was sitting here thinking, I could have held a online class or something of the, whatever, or I could have done some, where I'm not going to do that to myself because that's, I needed to do what I needed to do. But as I am doing things that I need to do for myself, not just coach, but to also do. And so manifest in 2024 is not about just the teaching, but the doing. So it's almost like I am in cahoots with you all. And I was just thinking, what else am I gonna like? There's just some things that I've really enjoyed doing, and YouTube has been a part of that. And I also started getting, it took a while, but I started to get this feeling of rebirth. And I thought it was the project that I had in my mind for almost the last 10 years, but it seems like this afternoon, today, tonight, and right up into this moment, I am preparing myself to be a creator again, like a genuine creator. It's all has like come in fruition, and it's just so like it's so incredible. I don't know. I just wanted to say that. But for the new year though, I definitely want to have more information about what I'm going to call spiritual nutrition. And I think that's important for a lot of reasons, that in that we have what is two things. We have a brain, the tissue, and then we have the mind. And that to me is the energy. Mind is the electricness, the energy. And I'm working on a book about our spiritual body parts, which we do have, we have spiritual body parts. And we have to take care of those body parts in order to continue to be as spiritual as we want to be. And I'm not saying anything that is uh, intentionally to harm anyone. So if I'm saying anything that is harmful, that is not my intention. My intention is to bring awareness to things like knowing how your mind works properly when your brain is fed well, and the heart, I would also include the lymphatic system in that, and then the digestive system, all of those parts. So what I'm saying is I definitely want to talk more about the things that I use, the supplements that I use, because I mean, I for example, I take milk thistle because I know that the liver is one of our major organs that gets the most damaged because of the environment that we live in today. And I just take a lot of milk thistle. This particular brand is Nature's Way. And I depend on that to help me with great digestive system, all that good stuff. So yeah, this one, it is from Nature's Way. So you want to take a look at the bottle there. Yeah. Yeah. And so yeah, I definitely want to talk more about the like I said, the spiritual nutrition, and I definitely want to talk more about our spiritual body parts. And I'm also opening up a little bit more about how all of this is going to happen. Some of these are some blocks even within myself, you know, that it's time, it's definitely a time for me to be like, be a big girl now. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. So this is almost like my thing in itself. So, how to manifest in 2024. I'm just gonna speak for myself. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get my life book, which I do. I do a combination of vision boarding, which I've done vision boards in the past, and I'm kind of, I feel like I'm a little beyond that at this point. So scripting and vision boarding at the same time. So it is called life booking. So there is videos I do have, I believe one or two on that. And I was gonna do some of that, and I still may, because it is officially New Year's Eve. Yay. And I am also, I had a feeling about digital vision boards. Like, I don't know if that kind of felt, if I don't know, it just didn't connect with me, even though I love Pinterest. But because of where I feel like I'm going now in my journey, I needed to have more tools. And I was working on that this afternoon and into this evening, and listening to another podcast because I geek out on a lot of things, right? And I was working on this thing, which I can show you, a portfolio of all things. And it just started getting me back into the rhythm of, this is what I can do, versus not, there's, I'm not knocking doing the videos on YouTube here at all. Life coaching here is interesting to say the least. And what I'm saying is, this portfolio that I'm putting together, it has like mock things, and I've done them in the past as a freelancer back in the day, which I guess this technically is what I am working on now, a new freelancer type portfolio. I've done press kits before as a musician, of course, resumes. Even I think I've even done a teacher portfolio right as they were starting to become digital. And it was sad, but that was like 15 years ago. So yeah, this is not new, this is not new to me. But at the same time, I was like, it all kind of creeped in, and all of a sudden I was like, wait, this this is familiar. And I love that this feels great, especially at this release. Like, I'm feeling the extension of the full moon also. And so I'm so excited about putting together, literally, not something, I feel like it's like a step above a vision board, a step above even the scripting that I like to do. Is basically a portfolio. I mean, you're literally putting it to action, right? It's not just saying, oh, I wish, and this is the thing I deal with a lot of my clients sometimes. They have the language of inactivity. When you say I wish, there's nothing going on there. There's just, 4D-ness, the thoughts. But when you put together a portfolio, and it made me start thinking more and more, just like a creative as we are does, it's like we have the vision, and we can step in faith into the process at the same time. And so that's what I'm doing. It's like, as a creative person, when I'm songwriting, when I'm uh, doing copyright and stuff like that, I'm sometimes I don't necessarily have a plan. I just go ahead and be like, well, let's do something. And it's like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, that I like that. So, and that's because I just go into flow. And this is something that a lot of coaches in manifestation don't talk about. It's like there's a practice in what it is that you want to do in the becoming. There comes a point where it's almost like you don't need the training wheels anymore, and you're there and you're in flow. You're doing it now. You're not, and I've used this phrase before, fake it until you make it. But I feel like it is more get into there, like step into the shoes. It's almost like method acting. And I've done that before too. It's like you get into the role and become. And then the next thing you know, you are there. You are there. So putting in something like a portfolio, literally. So if somebody was doing something like a resume, basically it's a resume, right? So think of your vision boards, if you still are attached to those and you're scripting, think of those as your resumes into life. Okay? That's what they really are. That's what it finally made sense to me. It's like, these are our resumes to our best life. And when like I said, started putting this together, this new portfolio, which I hadn't done, like I said, I've done electronic press kits before and like one-sheeters and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, this mooniness, I don't know, this release of all these little things that I've grown to know is now here. And I'm just like, this is what it is. That is a manifestation. Your resume to life, to your best life. And if I'm not the first to tell you Happy New Year, Happy New Year, okay? Get those things going out there. Take care.